Hi, it's Mark, Christian gun owner with you out here today to give you just a very short tip, a very short video here on what may be keeping you from getting your red dot sight dialed in on your pistol. Particularly for those of you that are newer shooters. What often happens is that people begin to zero these in and they think they have to zero them in from the furthest distance that they'll ever be shooting them. In other words, they think they need to zero it in out at 30 yards, when in fact they should be zeroing them at 30 feet. All of our own shooting deficiencies play into zeroing these scopes in. If you have a bag to rest your hands on, it would be a good idea to have a rest while you're doing this to make your hands as stable as possible, making sure your grip is good as you can get it and as stable as you can get it as you're adjusting your red dot. And adjust that red dot on a sight on a target that's about 30 feet away from you rather than 30 yards away from you. And here's what'll happen. If you're shooting a 30 or if you're shooting a 9mm or 40 caliber gun, those bullets are going to shoot plenty flat. Shooting at this target right here, which is about 25 feet away, zeroing in at that distance right there will keep that bullet zeroed in, that steel target, all the way down at the berm back there, which is about 26 or 27 yards. When I zeroed mine in, and I use this gun in crowded environments where I know I have to have the maximum control and maximum accuracy. This right here, when I zeroed this in, I zeroed it in at 30 feet, both on the gun I had it on before and on this big Walther match pistol right now, about 30 feet. And it stays zeroed out to 30 yards, which is about as far as I ever shoot them. There's no difference in shooting it right there or shooting it out there. It's just my grip and my shooting and whatever deficiencies I have that may affect that. But as far as the red dot, it'll stay zeroed. Zero your sight, zero your red dot sight in on a target at about 30 feet. And then move your target out a little at a time and just shoot. Don't try to zero it in, we'll just shoot and watch how that bullet just follows that target because it stays zeroed in. Those bullets shoot flat, way out past 30 yards. So, let me just show you something, just an illustration right here. I'm not trying to pinpoint anything with my shooting here, but just I'm going to show you, I'm going to shoot at this target right here, which is, again, about 25, 30 feet. And I'm going to shoot at that other one down there, which is 26 or 27 yards, without doing anything other than just turning in a different direction. You'll see what I mean by the gun, or the dot, or your red dot sight being zeroed in at 30 feet, and also being zeroed in out at 30 yards. Here we go. What you just saw was a sight on a gun that's zeroed in at 30 feet and still zeroed in when I turned and shot out at 27 yards. The only difference in them is just my own deficiency. Just like anything you move out further and further and further, the movement in your hands and arms and stance or whatever is going to be amplified by how far you move it out. But the gun is still zeroed from 30 feet out to 27 yards and on past that actually. So the point here is, the way to zero your sight on your pistol is not to put it out way out across your bay somewhere out to 30 yards away trying to zero in on a little spot there. The way to do it is put it to your target just about 30 feet away, about as far away as this one right here. Get it zeroed in, get it right in that little area where you want it, get the groups good. Then begin to move your target out and watch the magic happen. You'll find it zeroed in at 30 feet. When you get that target out to 30 yards, if you do your part, it's still zeroed in at 30 yards. 9mm, 40 caliber in particular, will shoot flat past those distances, past distances that you'll ever reasonably use them at. And even 45 will shoot out fairly far, zeroing a gun in at just about 30 feet. So that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it fast, and it'll serve you well both at the range you zero it in at and way out past distances that you would ever practically use them in. So I hope that helps some of you. If it does, let us know down below there. If you go out and you try your gun out and you've been having trouble, try it at about 30 feet. And if it works out for you, Weigh in down below. Tell us what gun you did it with, what caliber it was, and how it worked for you. I'm Mark Rogers, and I'll see you again very soon in another Christian gun owner video.